Hi guys, welcome to this Money Control live stream. You're watching Opening Bell with me, Nandita Khemka. It's the day after the budget. We saw some big moves yesterday, although we ended, hardly changed from the previous day's close. But it was a highly volatile session yesterday, given the fact that we had the Finance Minister present the budget for FY25. Some big announcements when it comes to, the markets, the capital gains tax, STT on FNO as well. So lots happened and the markets were clearly reacting to it, but we climbed that wall of worry and we ended the day flat compared to the previous session. But can we expect some big moves today? Will there be a lag effect of the announcements with regards to taxation that was announced in the budget or not? Let me bring on board our guest for today and ask him all these questions. Rajesh Palviya of Axis Securities is here right now with us. Rajesh, great to have you on the show. Yesterday I didn't get a chance to speak to you. But first of all, we just have like 3 minutes to go for the market open. Want to understand your thoughts on the announcements with respect to taxation and in terms of an up move on the Nifty, what is that level beyond which we could see a decisive up move now?
Negative news which we have seen for the market per se, long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain, as well as STT, all three tax increased in this budget. So this is immediate negative impact to the market because nobody was expecting that all three taxes would be hiked in this budget. So, but again, this long-term and short-term capital gain has been, implemented from the day of budget. So I think now everybody will strategize there how to, manage their taxes. And I don't think there will be any hurry to, book on an immediate basis if you are even, gaining on the short term as well as on the long term. So everybody now will, look at their, taxation part, and then they'll take some, decision thoughtful. So knee-jerk reaction is already factored in the market, and already we have seen a recovery from the lower level. Again, we have monthly expiry lined up. So I think now the market will focus on the the data where we have seen 24,000, 24,200 is having major put-based concentration. So I think some volatility would be there in the today's session. 24,200 is the important level to watch for on the downside, but on the higher side, 24,600. 650 would be the key level to watch for. If we crosses those levels, then there would be short covering action. But again, I think market will adjust some of the volatility in today's session, as a lot of after the fine print, a lot of adjustment or a lot of decision would be taken by the investor as well as the fund manager to adjust their portfolios and to take their call on their investment. So that volatility we have to witness in today's session, but the important level for today is 24,200 on the downside and 24,650 on the higher side. Either side breakout or breakdown will decide the major direction for the market from here onwards.
For now, and I think you're right, because we have opened in the red, but there isn't a big move coming in as of now. 50 points on the index, Sensex as well, 180 to 200 kind of cut coming in at the open. But the mid-cap index, that is holding out, marginally so, but still it has opened in the green. If you look at some of the other sectors, just want to pull up, the small cap end of the markets as to how that's doing. And I want to see how the other sectors are also performing. The small cap index is also trading in the green as far as I can see. In terms of sectoral movers, banks and autos are under pressure. What's doing well is the FMCG pack. Yesterday, of course, FMCG came to the rescue, just like we saw that happen on the election verdict day as well. So defensives, that was the pocket that saw buying interest yesterday's, and FMCG continues to do well. 0.2% higher for the FMCG index. The PSU banking index is also in the green. Talk about metals pack, extremely flat. Pharma, trading with a negative bias. If you look at the realty pack, of course, realty stocks took it on the chin as the indexation benefit was removed. Today, some bit of buying interest being seen after yesterday's sell-off. 0.4% kind of a gain coming in on the realty index. In terms of individual movers, I want to see what ITC is doing. Yes, it was among the top Nifty gainers yesterday. In a weak market, it had gained somewhere around 4 to 5%. Today as well, a 2% uptick coming in, no change in tobacco taxation, and that came as a big boost for the stock of ITC. In fact, just going through some global brokerages as well, and they have said that ITC, of course, is ripe for re-rating. So today as well, top Nifty gainer there. Titan continues to be among the top Nifty gainers list. Customs duty on gold has been reduced to 6%, and Titan, of course, was buzzing yesterday also, today as well, continuing from where it left off yesterday. HDFC Life, BPCL, Bharti Airtel, Wipro, SBI Life are some of the other movers. Even the likes of NTPC, Coal India are on the gaining front. Coal India yesterday was under pressure. Some of the PSU stocks were under pressure yesterday, the likes of Coal India and Power Grid. But today, they seem to have made a comeback. Bajaj Finance, top Nifty loser. Numbers came out yesterday, subdued set of numbers. Some of the brokerages have pointed out that the numbers have missed estimates by as much as 1% or thereabouts. There have been target cuts as well, and clearly reflecting 6,620. That's where the stock is. Tata Consumer, Britannia, HUL, all of these stocks that were among the gainers yesterday are seeing some bit of pressure, although the index per se is in the green, but some of these stocks are in the red. HUL reported numbers after market hours yesterday. Numbers were good. Volume growth came at the higher end of the expectations, 4%. So that was good. And on the other front, like net profit revenue, it was a beat when it comes to HUL. Some metal names like Hindalco not doing well. Cement names like Ultratech and Grasim are under pressure. All right, so that was net the market for you. Trading with negative bias, no big cuts coming in, and the mid-cap index, mind you, has only picked up further, 0.4% higher for the Nifty mid-cap index, and the breadth is also firmly in favor of advances at the current juncture, 3:1. 1,500 advances to 498 declines. Rajesh, you were right. I mean, looks like the knee-jerk reaction has already been factored in. 24,450 on the screen at the current juncture. But in terms of, the FMCG pack, some of the stocks are under pressure after gaining yesterday. Anything that you like, particularly HUL after the numbers, any levels that you'll be watching out for there?
I think most of the FMCG stocks have done well in last couple of days, and due to volatility of ahead of budget, we have seen most of the traders, short-term investors have taken the position in FMCG pack, and they have managed to gain some quick profits in their short-term investment. On the HUL, if you look at the near-term, short-term structure is still bullish, though there is some pressure from higher level, but still we believe that till stock is holding about 2680, the trend is likely to remain on the bullish side as stock managed to be breakout of its previous swing high of December 2023. So I think that level 2680 is the important level to watch for on the decline. If it's able to hold out those levels, so I think again we may see buying interest in the stock. And on the higher side, 2760 is the immediate supply zone. If it crosses those levels, then I think some more upside we can see in the near term perspective also. 2800 to 2820 would be the next target on the higher side.
Okay, those are the target levels to watch out for on an HUL. But what would you do with railway stocks? Capex figure was kept unchanged at 11.11 lakh crore rupees. We saw railway stocks reacting to it, defense stocks as well. We have queries. I want to tell our viewers, if you have any stock related queries as to how you should be positioned after the budget, please, keep sending them to us. Rajesh is here with us for the next half an hour. I'll get it addressed by him. So I can see a query coming in on one of the railway stocks, IRFC, from Sunil Panjwani. Do you think it's time to, get out of railway stocks and perhaps look at some other emerging themes which have found impetus in the budget?
See, if we analyze the railway stock from the valuation perspective, yes, it's a strange valuation at this moment for most of the railway stock. But the way the government has continued their, capex on the infrastructure, uh, though there is no as such, incremental announcement on the, infrastructure on the railway side, but I think the way most of the stocks are holding the ground at higher level, yes, some more consolidation we can see for some couple of week, but the trajectory is likely to remain on the bullish side as a long-term setup and long-term, bullishness is likely to be there in the sector itself, as order flows would be there for most of the companies. And I think profitability will remain intact for all these companies. So I think if you get any decline in this, all this stock, you can use the decline should be used as a buying opportunity in the stock. If you analyze on the IRFC, so I think the immediate support zone is placed at around 180, 175 zone. That's the attractive level again to, enter in this stock. So I think wait for some, a decline in the IRFC to again re-enter in the stock. 165 is the key support area where you can place your stop loss to, buy this stock in decline. On the higher side, 215. If it's crosses those level, then trend may, resume again on the higher side. And we can see furthermore higher level towards 240, 250 also. RVNL is also showing the same kind of behavior since last couple of days. Some profit taking is happening, but still the trend is bullish. Stock is holding about 20-day moving average. So I think if you get any dip near to 565, 570 is again, buying opportunity. Your stop loss should be placed at around 545 to buy RVNL also in the decline.
What about IRCON? Any levels there? Because Pond Rajesh wants to know your thoughts on how, what are the kind of levels you should be watching out for IRCON?
Yeah, so IRCON, I think if you want to buy in this decline, so I think 280 is the important level in the decline where you can, deploy some of the long trade in the IRCON because 280 is the important support area which is coincide with the 50-day moving average. So I would wait for another correction towards 280 to deploy the long side of trade. Keep your stop loss around 268. On the higher side, once stock again, crosses about 320, it will, show good uptick towards 360, 370 also going forward on the long-term perspective.
All right. What about a Bajaj Finance? Numbers have disappointed. I was just going through some of the brokerage notes as well. Target prices have been cut, from 9,200 levels to somewhere around 7,700 levels as well. Right now, the stock is at 6,600. Chartically, you look at the monthly chart, 5-day chart, you are seeing weakness here. But are there chances of any kind of reversal? Are the charts showing that the stock could get into that oversold zone sooner? What are you envisaging on the charts of Bajaj Finance?
So, Nandita, stock is under pressure only, and if we analyze on the short to medium term perspective, also stock is now slipped below to its important moving averages. It's continuously trading below to 20-day, 50-day moving average. Stock is making lower top, lower bottom formation. So trend is still on the weaker side for the Bajaj Finance. Though stock is now approaching towards its previous swing low of June 2024. I think if it's managed to hold above 6,600 or 6,580 kind of zone, some pullback we can see. But again, I would advise to avoid at this juncture because still trend is weak for the stock. If market shows some more volatility or some supply pressure if we witness in the market, so I think this stock will fall further. So below 6580 there would be another supply we can see towards 6500 to 6450 zone. So I think I would suggest here to avoid at this juncture for Bajaj Finance.
Okay, it's a clear avoid Bajaj Finance at the current juncture. That's the view from Rajesh. But I could see some queries on stocks like, Kaveri Seeds. Of course, there has been a push in the budget for, agri and farming as well, right? And we've seen that play out on stocks like Kaveri Seeds, Avanti Feeds as well. Natural farming plans and, government will be releasing high yield crops. So these are some of the positive announcements. But, for Kaveri Seeds, do you think it's time to get in the stock right now after the budget? This query is coming in from Satya CK. Wants to know if he, I think he already holds Kaveri Seeds. He wants to know if he can add more for the next 1 to 2 years. Would you advise?
I think structure is bullish for Kaveri Seeds. Very strong buying action we have seen in last couple of months, and the way stock is approaching towards its long term resistance area, which is formed in the 2015. So I think it's a long term chart is showing that strength, and we believe that once stock crosses above 1060 zone, so there will be a big breakout on the long term chart, and then possible target on the long term perspective we can see towards 1200 to 1300 also for the stock. So I think he should hold the position as after almost 9 year of consolidation, stock is now approaching to its swing high of 2015. So I think there is a possibility that this stock may exhibit good amount of rally in a longer term perspective also once the stock crosses about 1070 mark. So I think possible target we can see towards 1200 to 1300 also. So he may hold the position with a trailing stop loss of 1000 rupees for Kaveri Seeds.
Okay, that's the view on Kaveri Seeds. Satya, I hope that answers your query. But another pocket that was in focus, was the entire irrigation. The stocks in the irrigation space, right? VA Tech, Wabag, for instance. Of course, government has earmarked, support plan for flood control as well as irrigation, and we saw stocks like VA Tech, Wabag, spurt up after the kind of announcements that came in. Today as well, the stock is buoyant in the last 5 sessions. Of course, after yesterday's move, the stock is up somewhere around 8% or thereabouts over the last 5 sessions. Should one get into this as well right now? What is the kind of upside that you spot on the charts for this one?
So very strong uptrend is going on in Vatek Wabag. The way stock is moving in upsloping channel on weekly chart, we believe that this continuity of uptrend is likely to be there in the stock for near term to short term perspective also. Possible target 1450, 1500 we can see in the near term to short term perspective. So I think those who have already bought the stock at lower level can hold on the position. At this juncture, we would suggest keep stop loss of around 1270. Minor dip should be used as a buying opportunity as a series of higher top, higher bottom formation on daily, weekly time frame. So I think very strong uptrend is going on this stock. So I think one should hold the position for 1500 to 1600 kind of target going forward.
All right, 1500 to 1600, that could be the target on VA Tech Wabag. Another pocket shining bright is the jewelry stocks, right? Yesterday, as I mentioned, Titan was among the top gainers, and so were the other jewelry stocks like Senco Gold, PC Jewelers. All of them are up in trade today as well. Customs duty on gold, of course, has been cut to 6%. Should one ride this momentum in jewelry stocks? Is this the start of a fresh leg of up move?
So I think very strong momentum we have witnessed in Titan, though stock was in oversold trajectory and post this announcement on the import duty cut on gold, the Titan is the immediate beneficiary, and we have seen a very strong rally in the last day itself. And again, today also there is a follow-up buying action. So I think jewelry stocks may exhibit again, some further more upside from the near term as well as for the short term perspective for Titan. 3600 would be the next target where again one should review it because it's again supply zone for the stock. Those who have already in the long side of trade, they can hold on the position with stop loss of 3470. Again, if we look at the other jewelry stock like Senco Gold is also moved up in last day, and again today also we have seen some buying interest. So I think here also one can focus for upside target of 1060, 1070 with a stop loss of 995. Kalyan Jewelers is also in up move. A very strong buying action is happening in the stock. The stock is enjoying its all-time high trajectory. The way stock is holding above 600 mark, I think Kalyan Jeweler is also can be looked at for near-term trade perspective. 660 is the next target. Keep your stop loss around 605.
Okay, that's about the jewelry stocks then, but a couple of queries coming in on the fisheries side as well, because the government has made an allocation of 2,600 crore rupees or thereabouts for the Department of Fisheries as well. But one particular query that I want to take up on is Apex Frozen Foods. This one has come in from Kartikeya Singh. Wants to know if one can accumulate at current levels. Would you advise?
I couldn't able to hear out which stock.
Frozen Foods. Apex
Okay.
Frozen.
Okay. So, very strong momentum in last couple of days for Apex Frozen, and I think the way stock is now moving about 270 zone, I think there is a high possibility that stock may attempt to give breakout of its previous swing high of Feb 2024, which is placed at around 285. If a stock crosses about 285, then there would be next target around 320 for the stock. So I think those who have already bought the stock can hold on the position with the stop loss of 265.
You on Apex Frozen. Hope that answers your query. But what would you do with fertilizer stocks now, Rajesh? Yesterday we saw a knee-jerk reaction because the allocations or subsidies weren't really increased the way fertilizer stocks were rallying ahead of the budget. That saw a reversal yesterday, but today again they have limped back after yesterday's fall. Should one book profits if they've made it in the kind of rally that they saw in recent times? Should one book all those profits now?
So if we look at the most of the fertilizer stocks now, showing muted kind of behavior, though there is no as such positive news for this stock. But still, if we analyze on the near-term perspective, most of the stocks are, now trading below to 20-day moving average. So those who have already bought at lower level can try to book some partial profit here, because there is a high possibility that if stocks remain below to 20-day moving average, then there would be some follow-up selling pressure we can see in this stock. So if we analyze Chambal, I think if it's remain below to 500 zone, there is a high possibility that the stock may slip to 470, 465 zone also. GNFC again trading below to 50-day moving average. If it's remain below to 675, there is a high possibility that this stock can also go down to 640, 635 zone. So I think yes, one can book partial profit in fertilizer stocks at this juncture.
Okay, and some of the queries that are coming in are also from some of these defense names, like HAL. It's trading higher by 2% or thereabouts at the current juncture. But I think we have a query from Vijay C, who's saying that he holds 104 shares at the rate of 4,817. He's making some profits right now. Should he hold on to it?
I think he's sitting on huge profit. I think he should hold on the position as long-term structure is bullish. Yes, some corrective moves has happened in the stock. Stock was in ban period, so some pressure was there because of that also. And already valuations are already staged for HL. So some profit taking ahead of budget was there, and I think again stock going forward, I think again stock will resume to its uptrend. So he may hold on the position. At the current juncture, we would suggest 4,800 to be kept as a stop loss to hold the position if you wish to continue on the investment side.
Okay, that's the view. I hope that answers your query. But one stock that I want to talk to you about is HBL Power. The stock has been extremely buoyant in the last 1 month. It has gained somewhere around 30% almost. Last 5 sessions we saw some of the rally fizzling out a bit, but today again it's up 6%. Would you take a bet on this? It's close to 52-week highs, not very far from 52-week highs. Is this the right time to get in?
I think a very strong trend is happening in this stock on the upside, and I think HBL Power, the way stock managed to give breakout of last 5 month consolidation on a monthly chart, we believe that till stock is holding above 610, I think trend is likely to remain on the bullish side, and possible upside we can see towards 700 also going forward. So I think yes, one can hold the position even in that minor decline. One can add the position also with stop loss of 605.
Okay, that's the view then on HBL. I want to talk to you about an AstraZeneca, some three cancer drugs exempted from customs duty, and the stock was up somewhere around 14-15% yesterday. Today, there's been some bit of cool off, but buy on dips should be the strategy here, AstraZeneca.
So AstraZeneca, if we analyze the near-term, short-term structure, yes, I would suggest to buy on dip should be the strategy. Stock is holding about 20-day moving average. So I think till stock is holding about 69.20, 69.40 zone, I think trend may likely to remain on the bull market. This may continue for the more upside to 7,500 also. So one can buy in the decline 6940 should be your stop loss.
NMDC. This one has come in from Aju Onion and wants to know your thoughts on this stock. The stock has, been under a fair bit of pressure over the last 5 sessions. If one has positions in NMDC, would you advise holding on or perhaps averaging? How should one go about it?
Uh, At this juncture, if you analyze the NMDC stock is moving in down sloping channel on daily chart, and the channel is suggesting that on the downside 220 is the critical support area, and on the higher side 245 is the immediate supply zone for the stock. So I think if it crosses about 245, then we can see some reversal trade, and then possible rally can extend to 260. But I think looking at the most of the metal stocks are under pressure, and so metal and mining is under pressure at this juncture. So I think it may take time to recover from current level. At this juncture, 220 needs to be watched closely. If it's not breaks below 220 in next couple of days, then in the decline he may average out around 220 level with stop loss of 210. So that would be the level where he may average out if he wish to continue investment for short term perspective.
Okay, that's the view. Since you're talking about metals, I want to get in your thoughts on a Vedanta. They'll be considering their second interim dividend on the 26th of July. Plus, I was just reading through Phillip Capital's note on budget, and they pointed out that the reduction of duties in silver and copper will hurt Vedanta and Hindustan Copper marginally. You have been saying that metal stocks have not really been doing all that well. But where do these two stocks stand now chartically, Vedanta and Hindustan Copper?
See, Vedanta and Hindustan Copper both were under pressure in last couple of week. Both stocks have corrected in line with the correction in the metal pack. Vedanta is now negotiating with its 20-day, 50-day moving average almost. We have seen on a previous day there is a sharp cut, but some recovery was there from the recent low. So now on the near term perspective, 455 is the key supply zone for the Vedanta. Until the stock not crosses above 455, it may remain under consolidation, or some pressure would be there on the stock prices. On the downside, the key support area is now placed at around 415. If it slips below to 415, then possible target we can see towards 390 also. For Hindustan Copper, stock is trading below to its near-term, short-term moving averages, and the way stock is now trading below to 325, 330 zone, I think here also we may see some supply pressure likely to be there for some more time. On the downside, critical support area is at 300 mark. If it breaks below 300, then furthermore downside we can see towards 278 to 280 zone. So I think those who want to buy can wait for stock to give breakout. For Vedanta, I think I would advise buy above 455, where we can see momentum to continue on the high side. And for Hindustan Copper, buy only above 330 zone.
Okay, that's the view on Vedanta and Hindustan Copper. But with that, we've come to the end of the query segment for today. But Rajesh, post the budget, which are the stocks that you would be keeping on your radar with a 1 to 2 week time horizon?
I think mid-cap IT is the one segment where, one can continue their, near-term, short-term, trading position. I think Coforge is the stock where, one can hold on. We believe that, the way stock is holding the ground at higher level, there is a possibility that 6,500 to 6,600 would be the target for Coforge on the higher side. So keep your stop loss around 6,200. Another sector that we like post budget, that is, insurance space, and I think from that space one can look to buy SBI Life. That stock is looking attractive. I think here we can see a continuity of uptrend and possible target on the higher side 1660, 1680. That stock can be looked at for near-term trading perspective. And I think another sector where we are focusing at this juncture, that is, telecom. That sector is also, holding the ground. There is no as such impact of the budget to the telecom. And I think Indus Tower and Bharti Airtel, these two stocks, one can look to buy for near-term, short-term trading perspective. So Bharti Airtel, our target on the higher side is around 1520, 1530, with stop loss of 1420. Even for Indus Tower, that stock is also looking promising. And we believe that, here we can see higher target of 465 to 470 with stop loss of 410. Some budget related stock, I think Anthony West is a stock where, one can focus. We have seen a very strong rally in last couple of days, but the way stock managed to give record above 700 mark, I think here also we can see continuity of uptrend. 800 to 820 would be the next target for the stock. So Anthony West can be looked at for near-term trading perspective. Stop loss should be placed at around 720.
Right, a whole host of stocks to keep on your radar. But with that, Rajesh, we've come to the end of the show. Would like to thank you for taking out time and joining in and sharing your thoughts with us. Look forward to interacting with you again next week sometime.
Thanks.
And with that, we are, pretty much where we were at the open. Little, 60, 70 point kind of a cut on the index, but 24,400, that's intact, and that's something that the street will take comfort from. 80,200 on the Sensex, but it's the broader end of the markets that are the clear winners today. The mid-cap index is up over 0.5%, and the breadth is extremely strong. Almost 4:1 on the NSE, 1700 stocks advancing to almost 500 stocks declining. So nothing really to worry about at this current juncture, and ITC remains as the top Nifty gainer, while consumption names like HUL, Tata Consumer, Nestle, Britannia are under selling pressure. Bajaj Finance, another one, reacting to its subdued set of numbers in the first quarter. But with that, we are completely timed out on this edition of Opening Bell. From me and the entire team that put the show together, thanks a lot for tuning in. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you at 3:30 p.m. with Closing Bell.